Hello everybody, my name is Pogo of Wall Street, aka Freemium Games, and welcome to another video. Just wanted to quickly let you guys know that the March 26th at 9 p.m. Central European Time, I think that's what it's called, I will be streaming. It's my birthday then, so I will be streaming to celebrate it with you guys. Leave down in the comments what games you want me to play or games you want me to try out. Now, I wanted to just discuss, since we are at the beach, it's not really great beach weather right now, but I wanted to discuss some things that have been on my mind quite recently. I've been watching a lot of Asmongold content. I'm a big fan of his. But he was talking about Lost Ark's monetization. Well, at least he was talking, and then he posted those clips on YouTube. Now, he was talking about how predatory and manipulative and outwardly confusing it is to try and figure out what to do. You have to spend money to send items to your own characters. Completely, like, unreasonable things that would make sense in a completely different culture, like Korean MMOs make sense there, and Asian MMOs, because they have a completely different perception of what is a video game, what is, like, this idea of escapism isn't really the same there. Like, if you're successful in real life, why not apply that success into the game? They're perfectly fine with that. But here in the West, we have this perception of fair. Like, video games should be fair for everybody. You shouldn't need to have been born to rich parents to be able to have a successful, video game time. Like, you don't need to be a trust fund baby to get, a 40 bomb on Call of Duty, right? That's the different perceptions we have. And I was thinking about, like, different monetization types of games and how some of them have been complete failures and others, for different reasons, or at least failures in my eyes, or financially. Salud! It's allergy season right now. It's already spring, even though it doesn't quite look like it. This whiteness you see behind me is not the Matrix void, it is the clouds. Right there, that's the sea level right there. Sea level is right here, so there was an entire fog. It's great, it's very lovely. As I'm sipping my off-brand energy drink, because energy drinks are 50% more expensive, gotta min-max my own life. I was thinking about the game Warface and how the monetization there was originally attempted to be fair for everybody. I know originally it was like that, at least when I played in the Russian beta back in the, I don't know, like 2011-ish, 2011, a long time ago, a decade ago, I was playing Warface. On the Russian client, I had to read Cyrillic phonetically to be able to understand what was going on. And well, I was playing there, and once it became G-Face, the social media for gamers, and like you could play it on your browser and stuff like that for the closed alpha testers, which I was part of, obviously. I was super into that game. Still am. Sad to see it be what it is now. They removed Hangar, best map, removed the main menu music. The worst decisions they ever made. I was thinking about how that game's premise was to be, no matter how much money you spend, you can always lose to somebody with better skill. For example, I buy an M4 with crowns, which is the real, or is it crowns or K coins? I think it's K coins, right? I can buy something with some money, right? And I could buy a golden AK, and it's the best weapon in the game. Slightly better than the regular AK. Slightly worse than the M4 in other ways, slightly better than an SMG in some. Like, it was still balanced. Obviously, it was like best in slot, right? The best version of it, but, it didn't have... It was still based on the AK. So it had certain differences between other rifles and it. So I could buy that, and I, straight up, level 1, use the golden AK and use it to deal the most damage. But within, the first 5 levels, you were locked into servers for noobs, and or first 15 levels, I don't quite remember, but after then, you get to play with the rest of the community, and that's when by then, you've got enough free money that you get all the time. Sure, you have to repair your weapons, but that's a money sink that makes sense, right? You don't want to just be inflated with weapons, because once you buy them, you don't have to buy them anymore. So you keep playing to repair your weapons, to keep playing to repair your weapons, You always earn more money than you repair if you're moderately okay at the game. So you're always making just a little bit of money that you can buy the next upgrade. You can unlock it and then purchase it. That's how it used to be. Like you would get a random, unlockable armor, weapon, or a gadget or something like that, or attachment, and you would gain experience points and unlock them, and you could do that the entire game for free. I never spent a coin, a dollar, a euro on Warface. But the problem was that once everybody got all the weapons, and once we got the best versions of the free weapons, right? Once we got the best armors, what then, right? So they introduced new weapons. The moment that really killed Warface for me was when they introduced one-hit kill body shot sniper rifles and insta-kill headshots on pistols, body shots on pistols as well would insta-kill on certain pistols, helmets that would prevent one headshot, stuff like that, like armor that regenerated health, or armor completely negating the concept of class gameplay. Like you no longer needed an engineer to give you armor or a medic to give you health. You just regenerated, and you would pay for those armors. Those were paid armors, and it truly made no sense to me. It was like, well, what now? And then they added newer, better versions of it, so the previous ones were now free. So now they have to add newer ones, and those ones are trash, and we need newer ones and more powerful, and slowly, like, what's 5%, right? Nothing. But what's 5% of that increased, and what's 5% of that, and what's 5% of that, and it was a complete power creep failure. The weapons and armor just got so far out of hand that there was no way of competing as a free-to-play player. I know that they gave me for free, I think when they switched servers, something like the Seismic ones or the Earth Shatter, and they just gave me like a set of weapons for free, like a Kukri, an M4, or a bullpup, those rifles with a big barrel and the ammo's in the back, a sniper rifle, an SMG, and a shotty, semi-auto shotty, for free, that were just so overpowered compared to anything I'd seen before. Like, it was just so much more powerful. Like, they just, like, of course I'm going to use those. You mean I got a sniper rifle with a built-in suppressor that can one-hit kill on a body shot for free, and like, that's even not capable of comparing to the top tier, pay to win weapons. That to me was like the moment of decline. Like, that was no longer the integrity of the game was being kept. It was truly a terrible experience. I stopped playing it almost instantly. I still every now and then go check it out, but it's not a fun time. So that's on one side, right? That idea of power creep ruining a game. On the other hand, we've got the no creep, that no idea what we're doing, that no way of monetizing, which is what Dirty Bomb did. If you don't know, Dirty Bomb had initially a monetization based on loadout cards. Now there's construction. They're making a hotel over there. Hotel with sights to the glorious void. But they had monetization based on mercs and based on loadout cards, I think, right? You could buy loadout cards, or at least the bronze loadout cards with like either, or the packs. You could buy something of loadout. I don't quite remember. It's been so long. My brain is completely fried. I've been these past 2 days I've been literally nonstop working on university projects for pharmacology and endocrinology and psychology of thought, and I slept 4 hours. I've been on a diet of energy drinks those 2 days, just those 2 days, and today, and yesterday, and you know what I mean. But so they were incentivized to create new mercs every time, because that way they would make money, because they made money by having people buy the mercs. But you could also buy them, sure, but it took forever to get that money to buy the merc. And you could be like me, and the first time you ever play the game, you play as Proxy because she's on free rotation, and you end up really enjoying playing Proxy, and then you just buy Proxy, and that's it. And that's all I ever did. I think I had Proxy, Skyhammer, and Aura. That was all I ever played, because I just liked Proxy. And now obviously I have more variety and stuff. I've unlocked almost all the mercs. Frankly, I just don't play enough. I could have unlocked the mercs like years ago. But thinking about it, like the loadout cards were nice to have, if only to have 3 perks rather than just 1 from the lead or 2 from the irons or stuff like that, right? But people cried pay to win from that. To this day, I still don't understand how or why. It wasn't pay to win, it was character progression. Like you started with no perks, which sure, it wasn't ideal. You wanted to have more perks. You at least wanted to have 1, but you could get 1, 2, and 3 super easy. Back when the crafting cards days, back when you had to like put in 4 irons to get 1 bronze and like 5 golds to get 1 cobalt or something. I don't remember the combinations you had to do, but back in those days, and you had to have like a special currency for crafting. That's how I got most of my first editions. Back in those days, back when you had to do that, I remember people were complaining because of it feeling hard to get. But it was still an alpha, and it'd been less than a year or 2 years since it'd come out, and then they changed it so that now you start every Merc's basic deck card has a set of 3 perks, and they remove the irons and the leads from the creation, so they still exist in the ecosystem, but they removed them from the being able to be created, and now every card has. So there was no pay to win, but there's also no reason to pay. Like, you get the mercs you want, you can pay nothing to get the mercs you want, you pay nothing to get the cards you want, and now what? And you spend, 4 years like that until you release 1.0s and you put like weapon skins. It took too long. They didn't know how to monetize the game properly while keeping it fair and balanced. Compare that to modern games like Apex Legends, which is one I've got experience playing. There's many more that I'm pretty sure exist out there. But if you wanted to make cosmetics the main purpose of your financials, then you should have a clear idea of what you want, right? What do you want to do? Make weapon skins, make character skins, make thematic events, make bundles, make packs. Like, those things, obviously you can talk about how terrible or moral or ethical it is to have them in the marketed directly at children, but they don't add any sort of improvement to your character. You cannot buy character progression. You cannot buy better weapons. Everybody has, like me, spend no money on the game, can compete with somebody who spent $1,000 to buy skins because all he has is skins. And if I spend 1,000 hours playing and he spends 1,000 hours playing, we play the same amount of time. We're practically on an even field. It's just that he's got more money to spend than me because I bought an off-brand energy drink because energy drinks are more expensive. So having this in mind, right? Like, what is the perfect way of monetizing a free-to-play game? Or should first-person shooters ever be free-to-play? We can look at CSGO. CSGO should have been free-to-play years ago. Obviously, that would cause a whole lot of gambling bots and issues, which were back in the day. They existed, but now they probably are super terrible. But because the monetization of the game doesn't come from buying the game itself, because I bought CSGO years ago. I told my dad, "Hey Dad, can I have Gmod? It's a game where you can build things, and it's really cool. All my friends are playing Gmod, and I want to play Gmod with them. But it's from Valve. You know Valve, they make Half-Life. We played it on the PlayStation 2. So look for Gmod. You need to have all these other games to have the assets. It's okay, we get it. I mean, they're on discount right now, Dad." And then I bought Half-Life 2, Portal, Gmod, all the Source games. And I got CSGO and CS Source. Told my dad, is like, "Dad, it's not. I'm not gonna play those killing games. They're just I need them for the assets." And then I totally played the killing games, Dad. That's right. Screw you, man. No, I love you, Dad. Thank you for buying games for me. But those games, right, CSGO's money does not come from purchasing the game. That's why they were willing to make it free to play, because the money comes from buying keys, buying weapon skins, buying knives, buying cases, transactions on the market, right? Those make the big bucks. I paid $2.50 and I get a knife and I sell the knife for $500. Valve just made the $250 from buying the knife, the transaction of me buying the case or getting the case, right, if I bought the case from somebody, and then the tax from selling a knife for $500, right? I gave it a value, people paid that value, and Valve made out like a bandit, taking a cut every single step of the way. So is that how you monetize a game, a free-to-play game? Make weapon skins gambleable and tradable? Do we do like like Apex, where you buy things in the shop and then that's it? You just bought it a one-time purchase, or like, do we do like? Also, why is Overwatch not free to play? They have enough heroes to put them behind a paywall, or like a consumable paywall, like, oh, you make the credits in game and then you can buy Tracer. You start with 4 heroes, 1 of each class, plus a free one of your choice. Well, you know, like, they have enough to make it a free-to-play game. Overwatch should be a free-to-play game. They already have loot boxes, but obviously they don't have cool weapon skins to go and the hero skins. So, like, do you see what I'm talking about? That there probably is no one way to monetize a game, and it's going to heavily depend on the art, the concept, and the integrity of what that game upholds. So let me guys know what other monetizations you've experienced in the past, you've seen in video games, which ones were successful in your opinion, which ones you thought were unsuccessful, or what evidence we have of successful or unsuccessful monetization strategies for first-person shooters. Because again, first-person shooters are nothing like MOBAs or MMOs. They're nothing like it. I'm obviously not paying a subscription to pay Overwatch. Also, I just bought Overwatch like years ago. So what the frick? Something fell on my energy drink. Lovely. Nature's bounty. No, but what things have you guys seen that have allowed you to play the game in a manner that you perceive to be fair and balanced, without removing the opportunity to give money to the developers for making a good game, or making a game that you like? It doesn't have to be good. Like, I would say Magic the Gathering for me, Magic the Gathering Arena, for me has been just that. Like, it's a free-to-play game. I think I spent $5 or $10 once to buy a bundle of crystals plus packs, because I was having so much fun in the game. I got all my decks, I made them for free with the wild cards and the packs they gave me and the credits I made for free. And I'm like, I am enjoying this game so much, I am willing to spend $10 to get some cosmetic items and some extra packs of cards, so I can feel good because I'm helping the developers that make the game that I like, right? Like, that happened, and it didn't make my deck any better. It's still all randomized. So I don't know if you guys quite get what I'm saying. I hope this entire rambling process has made any sense. And to anybody that has seen through this video, appreciate you. Appreciate all of you who watched and show up. Again, stream tomorrow. And as always, guys, have a great day.